Okay, people, are you ready for this one? This one's gonna knock your socks off, okay? And may you find the God who is faithful in your story through mine and what I believe the Lord is releasing to me right now. So it just came to my attention because I was listening to a song that I haven't heard in a long time, and it brought me back to like a time stamp in my life when I heard this song. I think it was Heavenly Father it is Heavenly Father by Montel Fish. And the timestamp that the Lord brought me back to was the morning that I was driving to my new apartment, all the stuff in my car, leaving my, at the time, separated wife, now ex-wife, and beginning something completely new with the Lord that I had no idea what I was getting myself into. None. And I'm listening to Heavenly Father, and I have everything in like my car with my dog. And the night before was rough because all of this happened very, very quickly. Like I knew it was coming. I knew there was a separation. I knew there was a shift, and I was about to leave that situation. But it happened so fast. And the night before I left, I was in tears, just in the spare bedroom or whatever, being so confused. So I was like, Lord, like I went into the church. I got into the mega church thing. Like, how come this didn't work? I'm not going to try to hold on to it, but I'm terrified because why didn't it work? Basically, I just didn't know what was going to come for me. I was so scared, man. And so I remember that song, and it's timestamped now because now it makes more sense. It was actually a couple of days. When I went to go see the apartment that I then signed a lease for, I heard the Lord say to me, "Welcome home." And at the time, I thought he was saying, "Welcome home, welcome to your new apartment. This new apartment is your home." But what he was saying to me that I didn't have the understanding for was, "Now I'm leading you into the wilderness. Now we're going deep into the woods, and I'm stripping off all the things that are familiar to you, all the things that smell like home, the structures that you have built for yourself, the marriage that you thought you were responsible for keeping together, how you thought you were supposed to build a home. I'm coming after your self-perception. I'm coming after the shame." He said, "Welcome home," meaning I'm going to become your home. And after that, my life got difficult in a way that I still don't have language for. So much grieving, so much feeling everything stripped away, and didn't even know that I needed these things to feel safe until they were gone. All of the human relationships just faded out into the background, and I realized the depth of my loneliness. I realized the depth of my need for him, and I realized the jealous heart of the Father that said, "I'm making my home in you, so I have to," what's that word? Exterminate, evacuate the shame. Because all the things in my life I was doing to cover myself from the shame, the way that the enemy would come and accuse me. And for a long time before I met the Lord, I had all of these worldly vices. Well, I get into the church and the worldly vices are put down, and you know what happens? Since I don't know any better other than to cover myself, I pick up religious vices. And whenever I left the situation with my ex and went to a new place, I only knew one thing to do, to rebuild. And he met me there until the restlessness became too much, and he began to reveal to me, "You're only trying to cover yourself. You're only trying to build a new home because you don't know of the home that I have for you and me. You've been trying to cover yourself from the shame. I don't blame you for covering yourself from the shame. I understand why you have been like this, and for a time it has been appropriate. But now, by the grace that I am putting into your life, there's a shift. I'm going to become your new home. Welcome home. Then enters Brandon into the wilderness. Everything stripped away. When I was able to cover myself, it was like a veil that hid me from the shame, that hid me from my accusers. It's like he tore the veil so that I could see the truth of what has been coming against me my whole life. And it became louder and louder, and there was nothing I could do about it. In other words, he came for all my hiding places, all the homes that I tried to build for myself. And then feeling ashamed that I can't cover myself, I did the things that I considered the most shameful. And I thought that for sure he would shame me, because shame was all that I knew. But he didn't shame me, and he hasn't shamed me. But instead, he has allowed me to be weak. And in my weakness, it's like he has taken me deeper into the home, the bosom of God, the actual safe place with him where I belong. But I've had to grow into this, because in that place where I was able to cover the shame, I didn't know of the unbelief. I didn't understand in my position. I didn't understand in my immaturity, because I was still trying to use everything to cover myself. So God was just another covering. He said, welcome home. And I thought, oh, it's a new beginning. And in a sense, it was a new beginning. But not like I thought it would be. Didn't happen overnight. But after, the next couple of years after I moved in, I couldn't stop the restlessness. There was no veil to hide me from my accuser. It's like he came and brought me face to face with my accuser. And I felt ashamed about how I'd been accused, because that's what shame will do to you. It will make you feel disconnected in that way. But he's like, this is not your fault that you've been deceived. But now it's my time to step in and show you that you belong to me. So I'm uncovering you now. And it's going to be painful, and it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to feel naked. But this is where, when all the things are stripped away, I will convince you that you belong to me, and then I will raise you up in confidence so that you can walk this earth, always having a home in me, to be truly set free from it all. The religion of the churches that I've come from, it was like, this is not for you. This was good. I met you here, but we're moving on. I'm not going to build off of your own covering. I'm not going to put a robe of righteousness on your grave clothes. I'm not going to give you another covering for your shame. But the jealous heart of the Father says, I'm coming for that shame now. I'm coming for how you have been accused wrongly. I'm coming for all the lies, all of the darkness that is in you. And we will have the final word, and we will have the final laugh, because I am the truth. You belong to me. That jealous heart of the Father, I had no idea what was coming. I just said yes. The marriage thing fell apart so fast. And I'm glad that it did, but at the time I was terrified. I was like, I got nothing. So scared. All I knew was how to find like a hiding place in a woman's perception of me, or try to build a house for myself and stay away from the people. He's like, I'm coming for that shame, Brandon. And then you will be a witness in your weakness that I am a jealous God. I come after all of the idols. I come after all the things that have shamed my children. I come after the lies. I judge that of which has judged you, and then I raise you up